forgot. Hello. Let me get right in front where I belong. Yes, you are not going to take over. Oh, you're so cute. Hello. I'll just wait. So we have to wait till the people come. There's nobody here yet. Also, it's too hard to turn everything around for the nice background. Or should we do it? Yeah, maybe we should. Okay, how do we just pause this but not go away? This is the volume. I know there's a way to pause it. Hi, Lee David. Hello. I'm thinking I'm going to turn this around. Oh, no, I don't have the strength. It's nice to have the nice background, but... And then I also get distracted by the television. So, yeah, I guess it's best just to leave it like this. But I would like to maybe turn the light off behind me. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's brighter on the screen than it is for me. Of course, my screen isn't, I don't know, like the screen on this computer is not the screen itself, but the colors, the quality of the whatever makes up the picture is not the same as my other one. Also, these just keep getting more slidey. Hey, maybe my wig will help to keep my glasses on. I'll turn up my fairy lights because those will help me to see. How are you? I can't really, I can't see too well. You must remind me, please. You remind me too that I really need to get my eyes checked. I have sensitive eyes, but it's been a couple of years since I had an examination on them, and eyes are very important. Hello. How are you? So I was planning on finishing Secret of the Old Clock this weekend, but I'm just too tired. I can't catch my breath. So I thought maybe Pierino wanted to read for a bit. I'm just how I said. Maybe, is there like I'm glad you're good. I wonder if there's a little time lapse in between I felt like putting on my wig. Do I even have a bobby pin in here? Oh, I just got new bobby pins. I got some hair stuff because I have more hair, which is under here. I just felt like putting on my wig today. So we've got a big problem with the picture on my end. Is it okay for you? Should I do the Q-tip thing? Now, I know that when I go live on my phone, there are different filters you can put on. Do I have filters on the computer? You don't have access to this feature. You don't have access to this feature. Manage. No, that's not it. Pop out dashboard, send feedback to who? Myself? Mute and then share. I don't want that. Edit. No, I don't want that. I guess you don't get to have filters on the now I am right-handed, even though this is my hurting side. I was gonna say bad side, but I don't have any bad sides. Thank you. Do you have a bad side, Pierino? Pierino does not have a bad side either. Hello, CBC guitar covers. I felt like putting my wig on today. Now I'm incredibly orange. You know what? I'm not going to spend like 10 minutes complaining about how things work. Okay, I turned the light off. Yeah. Right, I'm right-handed, and Pierino wants to talk to you. Normally, he will be on the right, but if I need to do things with the mouse, I need the other mouse. I need my right hand as well. I wish I was ambidextrous. Maybe I should practice doing more things on this side, but it just doesn't feel right. It's just not right. No, it just doesn't feel right. Everything has to be done on this side. Okay, we're on the right. We used to be on the left, and now we're on the right. No, we don't talk politics on this channel. You know that. I don't understand. I forgot how I talk. I don't understand politics. But you said we was gonna watch a movie, an animated movie called Animal Farm. Don't you remember? Don't you remember? It's a cartoon with animals, and it's not about politics at all. So I don't know if anyone saw me yesterday when Mommy was in the window live, and she was hoping that the birdies and the squirrels would come along and eat the food and just be cute, but they did not. And so I took over the video. And I was talking to you two about a few things, and I sang a couple of songs. And then I thought I would take over the channel and we would stop reading about Nancy Drew and we would read only books and things about mousies. You know, a mouse like me, not the one that you use to move things around. And then I was thinking, do we have anything about mousies in our library? And then I was thinking about a book called Stuart Little. Mommy, I don't think they can hear me very good. You bring that. Oh, that's very heavy for Mommy, but even heavier for me. So I make her move it. We would have the book called Stuart Little. Now, we have listened to Stuart Little on an audiobook. Oh, it was so nice. And it was read by, gosh, you forgot her name again. You know that actress. She was Abra in East of Eden, and she was in other movies too. But we mostly remember her as Abra in East of Eden with James Dean. Now, what is her name? Julie something? Anyway, she reads Stuart Little audiobook, and it was so nice. But I never read the book. I only listened to it. But we have this book here. It is very heavy. Oh, we have this book. It is called, yeah, he's very cute, isn't he? Almost as cute as me. It's upside down, Mommy. We have this book called The Best of Both Worlds. And I cannot see. Oh. Compiled by George. I can't see a thing, Mommy. I don't want to be orange. Oh, but I still. Oh, that's not good. Compiled by Georges. It's Georges with two S's. Georges McCargue. Anyway, it has many little pieces from different books and stories and things. I don't have the dust jacket, but there's some pictures inside, and I think Stuart Little is in here. There he is. We see Stuart Little there with a what do you call that thing? A spyglass. The thing, and he's dressed like a sailor. Oh, excuse me. He's dressed like a sailor, and it has a little part, a little story in here. Who else is in here? What's it? Is that? I know it's Oh, look at this guy. Don't know. There's some other animals in here. That looks like an otter. And what is this? Is that a raccoon? I think so. Most interesting is Stuart Little. So I see that I might read that to you. It's a very big book. The Best of Both Worlds, an anthology of stories for all ages, compiled by George's McCargill. Double day. Whoa. Oh, the copyright is many pages long because there's so many different stories in here. Oh, The Hobbit. We don't know too much about the Lord of the Rings, but there's a story from The Hobbit. Copyright 1968, Doubleday and Company, Inc. Grateful acknowledgement is made for the use of the following. Okay, well, I will look through here. Oh, Mommy, you wrote in the book. You put little check marks on the ones that you had read. Shirley Jackson. Oh, that's not for children, is it? She wrote The Lottery. That is a very scary story. Did you ever read The Lottery? I will not read that. There is no mice in that. So we will not be reading The Lottery because it's scary. But maybe Oh, Henry. It's not a chocolate bar. It is a guy who wrote some stories. It's way at the beginning of the book. So we have sections. The first section is adventures and mishaps. And then the second section is families and other people. And the third section is 3 wishes and more. I wonder if they put that for the third section because it says 3 on it. Fourth section, long ago and far away. Long ago and oh so far away, I fell in love with you before the second show. Well, I just got distracted. Isn't that a song? Yeah. Long ago and far away. Chapter 5, heroes sung and unsung. Chapter 6, possibly impossible. I don't think anything is impossible. Ray Bradbury. That's science fiction, isn't it? Oh, there's so many. Now that we're looking at this book again, we remember that there's lots of stories on here that we read. Oh, why doesn't this one have a check mark? You like this one. Roast mutton. That is the one that is from The Hobbit. But I got ahead of myself. Oh, Mommy, is your finger getting sore? Chapter 7. Ooh, anteaters, otters, and others. Well, that sounds very interesting, and I hope there's another mouse in there. Although Stuart Little is not in that section. It looks like that's the section about the animals. Roman numerals. Section VII, quests and discoveries. So we thought that maybe we could, let's see how long it is. What is the story of Stuart? Stuart Goes to Sea by E.B. White. Oh, look, it says something here. Should we read the editor's note? I'm going to read the editor's note because I saw it said Stuart Little in big letters. So let's see. Stuart Goes to Sea by E.B. White, page 40. These are those pages that, like they are not flush. So it makes them harder to turn. Why do they do that at the publishing house or the factory where they make that, the printing press? So I find page 40. Oh, look, Mommy, you must really like this story because, Mommy, you shouldn't do that. You should use a bookmark. Not me, Mommy. I don't want to be the book. Oh, I'm sorry. I tell you what to do too much, I think. Stuart Goes to Sea. We will just check and see how long it is. Ooh. This looks more complicated than Nancy Drew. Oh, it's pretty short, although there's more words on the page than the Nancy Drew book. So that is called Stuart Goes to Sea. Let me read the editor's note. Where did it go? See, I can't turn the pages very easily. Mommy, actually, I'm not turning the pages. If I were turning the pages, I would get right down there. I'm down there, and I would turn the pages very easily. I have lost the editor's note. Well, we can't find the editor's note no more. Oh, here it is, right before the contents. I hope I can pronounce all these words for you. Mommy doesn't want you to see all the orange, although it's kind of like fall colors, but maybe she opened the curtain a little more. Ooh! Because she don't want to be too hot on her eyeballs. She need a little. Oh, you know what? Mommy has a book lamp. It is always never by the computer. So I think we go get it, okay? We're gonna go get it. Well, Mommy, can you put it so that when you leave the room, the people can still see me? So just arrange me like that. And then I will stay here while you go and get your book lamp. Oh, you can do it, Mama. You can do it. Okay. She'll be right back. There. Hopefully it don't run out of its chargings. Please don't run out of chargings, book lamp. Oh, I have it on the orange light because I don't like that. I don't like LED light. But you cannot get anything unless it is LED these days. So we try like this. We try. Mommy's eyes hurt. They are not as strong as mine. So we will put this at the end of the book. Like, whoa, please, my eyeballs. Mommy's eyeballs. Please. Okay, Mommy, let us read the editor's note. And even with the page dog-eared like that, it is hard to get to because of the way they make the pages. So is everyone ready to hear me read? If Mommy gets hot, she might take her wig off, okay? Now, how are we going to set this up? Mommy doesn't have a very good table for reading. She's going to put me on her other finger because she's very tired on the right side, even though it don't feel right to her. This is a very heavy book. Mommy's having troubles with being strong physically. Mommy is not very strong physically, and it is very frustrating. Okay. So, we start with the editor's note. Where should I place myself? You know what? Maybe Mommy doesn't have to hold me on her finger no more. Maybe she should put me somewhere else. Can I sit with the book lamp? But I want you to see me as well. I could sit on the book lamp. Wait. Oh. I think I may fit right onto the book light. Oh, wait, I look like a little ghosty now. Oh, I have to turn around so you can actually see me. And then the light will not hurt Mommy's eyes so much. Oh, I just fit on the book lamp. I feel like it's going to fall apart. And I wish that it was not so sitting up there. We are very particular with things, okay? Very particular. So if I sit like this, is this good for you? If I'm like this, I look like I'm glowing in my tummy. It would be more fun if it was dark out. Oh, you know what? Are there any Halloween or scary stories with mousies in them? Because mommy and I love spooky things, and it's coming to the spooky season. At night, I could have my belly growing, and I could read you some kind of scary stories if you would like. But I would like to read ones that are about mousies or animals. Let us read the editor's note. Oh, mommy, I'm going to the moon. I'm going to the moon, mama. It is common talk among parents and educators that the last decades have seen a pronounced change in reading habits among children of high school and junior high school age. Oh, wait a minute. Can you hear the fan? Because mommy needs the fan. Mommy can't handle heat. You will never see mommy in a turtleneck. Okay, here we go. High school age. No longer are teens and young teens reading only books written exclusively for them. In fact, what happened to my voice? In fact, the whole distinction between adult and juvenile reading is becoming more and more vague. In preparing this anthology, it has seemed to me that if there are many teens who will enjoy reading Hemingway, there we go. Hemingway, there are many adults who will enjoy Stuart Little with equal zest. It was for these individuals, of whatever age, that this book was compiled. G. McH, 1968. That's George's. All right, let's find that page again. Whoa, we got this one dog-eared too. Beautiful as the day. Okay, I don't know what that story is, but apparently mommy was also reading that. Okay. From Stuart Whittle. Stuart goes to sea. What if I go here instead? That better? That's better. When Mrs. Frederick C. Whittle's second son was born, everybody noticed that he was not much bigger than a mouse. The truth of the matter was, the baby looked very much like a mouse in every way. He was only about 2 inches high, and he had a mouse's sharp nose. A mouse's tail, a mousie's whiskers, and the pleasant, shy manner of a mouse. Before he was many days old, he was not only looking like a mouse, but acting like one too, wearing a gray hat and carrying a small cane. Mr. and Mrs. Little named him Stuart, and Mr. Whittle made him a tiny bed out of 4 clothespins and a cigarette box. Mommy, you have clothespins, but you don't have cigarette boxes anymore because you quit smoking in 2008. Good for you, because I do not want to smell that. I don't want my fur to smell like stinky cigarettes. Unlike most babies, Stuart could walk as soon as he was born. Ooh! When he was a week old, he could climb lamps by shinnying up the cord. Mrs. Little saw right away that the infant clothes she had provided were unsuitable, and she set to work and made him a fine little blue worsted suit with patch pockets in which he could keep his handkerchief, his money, and his keys. Every morning before Stuart dressed, Mrs. Whittle went into his room and weighed him on a small scale, which was really meant for weighing letters. At birth, Stuart could have been sent by first-class mail for 3 cents, but his parents preferred to keep him rather than send him away. I should hope so. You keep losing your place, Mama, when you look away from the page. And when at the age of a month he had gained only 1/3 of an ounce, his mother was so worried she sent for the doctor. Uh-oh. Come on, Mommy, hold the book for me. The doctor was delighted with Stuart and said that it was very unusual for an American family to have a mouse. He took Stuart's temperature and found that it was 98.6, which is normal for a mouse. He also examined Stuart's chest and heart and looked into his ears solemnly with a flashlight. How do you look into someone's ears solemnly? That is what I want to know. I don't want anyone looking in my ears. That's private. Solemnly. Not every doctor can look into a mouse's ear without laughing. I don't find that very funny. Everything seemed to be all right, and Mrs. Little was pleased to get such a good report. Feed him up, said the doctor cheerfully as he left. One morning, when the wind was from the west, Stuart put on his sailor suit and his sailor hat, took his spyglass down from the shelf, and set out for a walk, full of the joy of life and the fear of dogs. With a rolling gait, he sauntered along toward Fifth Avenue, keeping a sharp lookout. He's looking for dogs. We don't like doggies. I don't mind doggies as long as they keep their distance. And now maybe my belly's getting too hot. No, it's okay. Whenever he spied a dog through his glass, Stuart would hurry to the nearest doorman, climb his trouser leg, and hide in the tails of his uniform. And once, when no doorman was handy, he had to crawl into a yesterday's paper and roll himself up in the second section till danger was past. It's very scary being tiny. At the corner of Fifth Avenue, there were several people waiting for the uptown bus, and Stuart joined them. Nobody noticed him because he wasn't tall enough to be noticed. But he's tall enough to be stepped on. I'm not tall enough to be noticed, thought Stuart, yet I'm tall enough to want to go to 72nd Street. When the bus came into view, all the men waved their canes and briefcases at the driver. Sounds like the old man next door. Only he waves his cane at the squirrels and the birds. Yesterday, Mommy saw him in the front of the house, and he was taking his cane and he was like whacking the tree going, and Mommy was like, excuse me, the birds and the squirrels have a right to be happy too. Just chill out, man. But anyway, I digress. When the bus came into view, all the men waved their canes and briefcases at the driver, and Stuart waved his spyglass. Then, knowing that the step of the bus would be too high for him, Stuart seized hold of the cuff of a gentleman's pants and was swung aboard without any trouble or inconvenience whatever. Stuart is very ingenious. He's very clever. Stuart never paid any fare on buses because he wasn't big enough to carry an ordinary dime. I can carry things. Sometimes I carry Mommy's lifesavers. The only time he had ever attempted to carry a dime, he had rolled the coin along like a hoop while he raced along beside it. But it had got away from him on a hill and had been snatched up by an old woman with no teeth. That sounds very scary. After that experience, Stuart contented himself with the tiny coins which his father made for him out of tinfoil. Remember when I said Stuart was smart? Well, I take that back. You cannot use tinfoil coins or wooden nickels. They were handsome little things, just like me, although rather hard to see without putting on your spectacles. When the conductor came around to collect the fares, Stuart fished in his purse. Wallet? No, I guess it's okay if he has a purse. I don't know. And pulled out a coin no bigger than the eye of a grasshopper. Grasshopper have a very small eye, smaller than a very small needle. What's that you're offering me? Asked the conductor. It's one of my dimes, said Stuart. Is it now? Said the conductor. Well, I'd have a fine time explaining that to the bus company. Why, you're no bigger than a dime yourself. Yes, I am, replied Stuart angrily. I'm more than twice as big as a dime. A dime only comes up to here on me, and Stuart pointed to his hip. Furthermore, he added, I didn't come on this bus to be insulted. I beg pardon, said the conductor. You'll have to forgive me, for I had no idea that in all the world there was such a small sailor. He is also a sailor like me. Maybe someday I can sail with Stuart Whittle. It's okay, Hatchington Hedgehog. You can sail too. We will get a boat that fits three. 2 mousies and 1 hedgehog. Such a small sailor. Within one, muttered Stuart, tartly, putting his change purse back in his pocket. Live and learn. When the bus stopped at 72nd Street, Stuart jumped out and hurried across to the sailboat pond in Central Park. Over the pond, the west wind blew, and into the teeth of the west wind sailed the sloops and schooner. Come on the sloop, John B., my grandfather and me. Around Nassau town we did roam. Uh-oh, I forgot what I was reading because I was singing that song that Mommy always subjects me to. She always making me listen to the Beach Boys. Okay. Hello, Maggie Deaton. We are reading Stuart Little and singing some Beach Boys. Now, where were we? Schooner or schooner and sloops. Their whales well down, their wet decks gleaming. The owners, boys and grown men, raced around the cement shores, hoping to arrive at the other side in time to keep the boats from bumping. Some of the toy boats were not as small as you might think, but when you got close to them, you found that their main mast was taller than a man's head, and they were beautifully made, with everything ship-shape and ready for sea. To Stuart, they seemed enormous, and he hoped he would be able to get aboard one of them and sail away to the far corners of the pond. Excuse me. And then in brackets it says, he was an adventurous little fellow and loved the feel of the breeze in his face and the cry of the gulls overhead and the heave of the great swell under him. We mice do love water, don't we? As he sat cross-legged on the wall that surrounds the pond, gazing out at the ships through his spyglass, Stuart noticed one boat that seemed to him finer and prouder than any other. Her name was Wasp. She was a big black schooner. Does anybody know how to pronounce schooner or schooner? Mommy's going to Google that for me. because we are a little confused. Schedule or schedule? Oh, Mommy doesn't even know how to spell it. Schooner. Mommy has a shirt that says schooner on it. She should learn how to say it. What's a schooner of beer? But we're not talking about beer, we're talking about boats. I don't drink beer. Mommy has a beer shirt, but she does not drink beer. She just likes the boat on it.
Schooner.
Schooner. Say it again, lady.
Schooner.
Slower.
Schooner.
Slower. Oh, she won't do it no slower. Okay. It's schooner. Mommy has a shirt that says schooner on it. I will make her show it to you after. Now that we know how to read properly, let us continue. Her name was Wasp. She was a big black schooner flying the American flag. She had a quipper. Oh, for a sailor, I'm not very good at sailor words. She had a clipper bow. Mommy. I mean, Mommy. I mean, okay, wait. Bow. When the bow breaks, the cradle will fall. And on her foredeck was mounted a 3-inch cannon. She's the ship for me, thought Stuart. And the next time she sailed in, he ran over to where she was being turned around. Excuse me, sir, said Stuart to the man who was turning her. But are you the owner of the schooner Wasp? I am, replied the man, surprised to be addressed by a mouse in a sailor suit. I don't know what's so surprising about that. It's getting dark. Mommy, you could light a candle. Should Mommy light a candle? Because it's getting dark. Mommy's going to light a candle, and she's also going to show you her schooner shirt. Shall we show you the schooner shirt now or after we finish the book? Doesn't really matter, Mom. Oh, now what candle should I light just so it makes a bit more a candle? Okay, no, Mommy, light this candle, would you? You have a tea light, and or you could. Are you going to light a tea light or votive candle? Oh my goodness, so many decisions to make. Are you going to use a lighter or a match? He's using a match. Oh, Mommy, that's so pretty. Please be careful and do not light your plastic hair on fire. Remember that one time when you were little? Oh, I'm tattling on my mommy. One time when she was little, she took her Barbie in a bathtub and she washed her hair. And then, even though she knew, I think she should have known. I don't know. She took her hair dryer. Yes, she took a hair dryer and she used it on a Barbie, and the Barbie's hair melted. Very goofy, Mommy. Drink some water for me, Mommy. So I lighted a candle, and maybe that helped me see better. I don't really know. Now, where were we in the story? Where were we in the story? We was having are you the owner of the schooner Wasp? I am, replied the man, surprised to be addressed by a mouse in a sailor suit. I'm looking for a berth in a good ship, continued Stuart, and I thought perhaps you might sign me on. I'm strong and I'm quick." "Are you sober?" asked the owner of the Wasp. "I do my work," said Stuart crisply. The man looked sharply at him. He couldn't help admiring the trim appearance and bold manner of this diminutive seafaring character. "Are you sober?" "I do my work." Ugh. Eyeballs, mummy, 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 mummy. Mummy has to turn it back on. She's so sorry. Got to turn her orange light bulb back on. She blow out her tea light because they don't last very long because they're so tiny. They're so tiny. Wow, we can see better now. And it's like less orange. I don't understand. It's like science or something. Okay. The moon. "Well," he said at length, pointing the prow of the Wasp out toward the center of the pond, "I'll tell you what I'll do with you. Oh my. You see that big racing sloop out there?" "I do," said Stuart. "That's the Lillian B. Wamwath," said the man, "and I hate her with all my heart." "Then so do I," cried Stuart loyally. "I hate her because she is always bumping into my boat," continued the man, "and because her owner is a lazy boy who doesn't understand sailing and who hardly knows a squall from a squid." "Or a jib from a jibe." "Or a jib from a jibe," cried Stuart. "Or a luff from a leech," bellowed the man. "Or a deck from a dock," screamed Stuart. "Or a mast from a mist," yelled the man. "But hold on now, no more of this. I'll tell you what we'll do. The Lillian B. Wamwath has always been able to beat the Wasp sailing, but I believe that if my schooner were properly handled, it would be a different story. Nobody knows how I suffer, standing here on shore helpless, watching the Wasp blunder away along, when all she needs is a steady hand on her helm. Bye. Oh, bye. Thanks for joining us. We not reading Nancy Drew. It's the end of Nancy Drew. I'm just kidding, Mommy. Or am I? Nobody knows how I suffer, standing here on shore, helpless, watching the Wasp wander along, when all she needs is a steady hand on her helm. So, my young friend, I'll let you sail the Wasp across the pond and back, and if you can beat that detestable sloop, I'll give you a regular job." "Aye, aye, sir," said Stuart, swinging himself aboard the schooner and taking his place at the wheel. "Ready about." "One moment," said the man. "Do you mind telling me how you propose to beat the other boat?" Isn't it obvious? "I intend to crack on more sail," said Stuart. "Not in my boat, thank you," replied the man quickly. "I don't want you capsizing in a squall." Oh, it's scary. I'm having flashbacks of when Simon Lebon's boat capsized and he almost died. Oh, but I'm digressing again. Because Simon LeBon from Dwayne, he had a boat. Gosh, what was her name? Dwum. Her name was Dwum. And he was in a race, and for some reason it tipped over, and he and some of his crew were stuck underneath the boat. Oh, very scary. I don't want to capsize, and I don't want Stuart to capsize either. "Well then," said Stuart, "I'll catch the sloop broad on and wake her with fire from my forward gun." "Foul means," said the man. "I want this to be a boat race, not a naval engagement." "Well then," said Stuart cheerfully, I'll sail the wasp straight and true and let the Lillian bee Womwath go yawning yawing all over the pond. Bravo, cried the man, and good luck go with you. And so saying, he let go of the wasp's prow. A puff of air bellied out the schooner's head sails, and she paid off and filled away on the port tack, heeling gracefully over to the breeze while Stuart twirled her wheel and braced himself against a deck cleat. By the by, yelled the man, you haven't told me your name. Name is Stuart Little, called Stuart at the top of his lungs. I'm the second son of Frederick C. Little of this city. Bon voyage, Stuart, hollered his friend. Take care of yourself and bring the wasp home safe. That I will, shouted Stuart, and he was so proud and happy he let go of the wheel for a second and did a little dance on the sloping deck, never noticing how narrowly he escaped hitting a tramp steamer that was drifting in his path with her engines disabled and her decks awash. Oh my goodness. Well, it's just so exciting, isn't it, Pierino? Let me check your belly. It doesn't get hot. Hello, Samuel. We are reading Stuart Goes to Sea. You just missed a very exciting first part when we learned about some boats and stuff, and we used a lot of boating words, didn't we, Mama? And my belly, well, you can't really see it because the light's on. Oh, Mommy, I think you can turn the light off now. See, show Samuel that I have a light in my belly. But Mommy's going to turn it off now because she doesn't need it. Oh, you got to turn it off on my bottom. It's not turning off, Mama. Wait. Oh, no. We lost the place where we turn it off. Okay, dear. Hello, Samuel. Hello, Samuel. Thank you for reacting to my video. I never had a reaction video before, so that's very exciting. Now, Mommy will show you her schooner shirt. Since we was reading about a book called, a boat called a schooner. There were sloops and there were schooners. And Mommy will show you her shirt that has a schooner on it. Mommy's got to find her schooner shirt. Oh, Mommy has lost her schooner shirt. No, Mommy's got her schooner shirt. Show them your schooner shirt. This is the kind of boat that Stuart was talking about. See, it says schooner. We had to look up how to say it because we weren't sure if it was schooner or schooner. And it is schooner. Now, this is a beer, but we don't drink beer. We just got it because we like the boat. But Mommy, when she got it home, she said, "What is this?" And she looked it up, and it's a beer. Also, here's some more trivia, because I like trivia. On the Canadian dime, we were talking about coins too, because Stuart is too little to carry regular coins. On the Canadian dime, there is a schooner boat. Yep. So we're learning a lot today. Now, oh, Mommy, you better drink some more water before I start again. Oh, my arm. Your arm, Mommy. Goodness, Mommy, leave some water for me to sail on, would you? Yes, okay. So, Stuart has just found the boat of his dreams, and he is racing. Wait, is he racing the Lydian bee Womwath? He's racing her. Thank you, Maggie Deaton. My parents must have been very cute or something. Um, yes, we are trying to beat the the sloop boat, not sloop John B, with the schooner. And the captain is a Captain Stuart. Okay, we're gonna get back to it now. When the people in Central Park learned that one of the toy sailboats was being steered by a mouse in a sailor suit, they all came running. Soon the shores of the pond were so crowded that a policeman was sent from headquarters to announce that everybody would have to stop pushing, but nobody did. People in New York like to push each other. The most excited person of all was the boy who owned a Lillian B. Wamwath. He was a fat, sulky boy of 12 named Leroy. He wore a blue serge suit and a white necktie stained with orange juice. Leroy. That always makes me think of this movie called The Bad Seed. Give me them shoes, Leroy. Okay. I keep digressing. Excuse me. I got to focus on the story. Come back here, he called to Stuart. Come back here and get on my boat. I want you to steer my boat. I will pay you $5 a week, and you can have every Thursday afternoon off and a radio in your room. Oh my goodness. Is Stuart going to stick with the schooner, or is he going to jump ship and go aboard the sloop? Can he be enticed with a radio? And what was the other thing? Thursday afternoon off. I thank you for your kind offer, replied Stuart, but I am happy aboard the Wasp. Happier than I have ever been before in all my life. And with that, he spun the wheel over smartly and headed his schooner down toward the starting line, where Leroy was turning his boat around by poking it with a long stick, ready for the start of the race. Thank you, Samuel. Samuel the Sleuth. I'll be the referee, said a man in a bright green suit. Is the Wasp ready? Ready, sir, shouted Stuart, touching his hat. Is the Lillian B. Wormwath ready? Asked the referee. Sure, I'm ready, said Leroy. To the north end of the pond and back again, shouted the referee. On your mark, get set, go! Go! Cried the people along the shore. Go! Cried the owner of the Wasp. Go! Yelled the policeman. And away went the two boats for the north end of the pond, while the seagulls wheeled and cried overhead, and the taxicabs tooted and honked from 72nd Street, and the west wind, which had come halfway across America to get to Central Park, sang and whistled in the rigging and blew spray across the decks, stinging Stuart's cheeks with tiny fragments of flying peanut shell tossed up from the foamy deep. This is the life for me, Stuart murmured to himself. What a ship! What a day! What a race! Before the two boats had gone many feet, however, an accident happened on shore. The people were pushing each other harder and harder in their eagerness to see the sport, and although they really didn't mean to, they pushed the policeman so hard. They pushed him right off the concrete wall and into the pond. He hit the water in a sitting position and got wet clear up to the third button on his jacket. He was soaked. Sorry, I can't read your the heart button is over. Pierino, do you enjoy playing Nancy Drew with your mommy? Oh no, we really don't play games too much. Or we don't really play Nancy Drew anymore. But we did in the past and we really like it. Some of the stories. We think there should be a story where she tries to help a mouse with a mystery. But I don't think there is one. This particular policeman was not only a big, heavy man, but he had just eaten a big, heavy meal, and the wave he made went curling outward, questing and billowing, upsetting all manner of small craft and causing every owner of a boat on the pond to scream with delight and consternation. When Stuart saw the great wave approaching, he jumped for the rigging, but he was too late. Towering over the Wasp like a mountain, the wave came crashing and piling along the deck, caught Stuart up and swept him over the side and into the water, where everybody supposed he would drown. Stuart had no intention of drowning. He kicked hard with his feet and thrashed hard and with his tail, and in a minute or two he climbed back aboard the schooner, cold and wet but quite unharmed. As he took his place at the helm, he could hear people cheering for him and calling, "At a mouse, Stuart! At a mouse!" He looked over and saw that the wave had capsized the Lillian B. Warmwath, but that she had righted herself and was sailing on her course close by. And she stayed close alongside till both boats reached the north end of the pond. Here Stuart put the Wasp about, and Leroy turned the Lillian around with his stick, and away the two boats went for the finish line. This race isn't over yet, thought Stuart. The third warning he had that there was trouble ahead came when he glanced into the Wasp's cabin and observed that the barometer had fallen sharply. That can mean only one thing at sea: dirty weather. Suddenly, a dark cloud swept across the sun, blotting it out and leaving the earth in shadow. Stuart shivered in his wet clothes. He turned up his sailor blouse closer around his neck, and when he spied the Wasp's owner among the crowd on shore, he waved his hat and called out, "Dirty weather ahead, sir! Wind backing into the southwest. Seas confused, glass falling." "Never mind the weather," cried the owner. "Watch out for flotsam dead ahead." Stuart peered ahead into the gathering storm, but saw nothing except gray waves with white crests. The world seemed cold and ominous. Stuart glanced behind him. There came the sloop, boiling along fast, rolling up a bow wave, and gaining steadily. "Look out, Stuart! Look out where you're going!" Stuart strained his eyes, and suddenly, dead ahead, right in the path of the Wasp, he saw an enormous paper bag looming up on the surface of the pond. The bag was empty and riding high, its open end gaping wide like the mouth of a cave. Stuart spun the wheel over, but it was too late. The Wasp drove her bowsprit straight into the bag, and with a fearful whoosh, the schooner slowed down and came up into the wind with all sails flapping. Just at this moment, Stuart heard a splintering crash, saw the bow of the Lillian plow through his rigging, and felt the whole ship tremble from stem to stern with the force of the collision. "A collision!" shouted the crowd on shore. In a jiffy, the two boats were in a terrible tangle. Little boys on shore screamed and danced up and down. Meanwhile, the paper bag sprang a leak and began to fill. The Wasp couldn't move because of the bag. The Lillian B. Wormwath couldn't move because her nose was stuck in the wasp's wigging. Waving his arms, Stuart ran forward and fired off his gun. Then he heard, above the other voices on shore, the voice of the owner of the wasp yelling directions and telling him what to do. Stuart, Stuart! Down jib! Down staysail! Stuart jumped for the halyards, and the jib and the forestaysail came whippling down. Cut away all paper bags, roared the owner. Stuart whipped out his pocket knife and slashed away bravely at the soggy bag until he had the deck cleared. Now back your foresail and give her a full, screamed the owner of the Wasp. This is too exciting for me. Stuart grabbed the foresail boom and pulled with all his might. Slowly, the schooner paid off and began to gather headway. And as she heeled over to the breeze, she rolled her wail out from under Lillian's nose, shook herself free, and stood away to the southward. A loud cheer went up from the bank. Stuart sprang to the wheel and answered it. Then he looked back, and to his great joy, he perceived that the Lillian had gone off in a wild direction and was yawing all over the pond. Straight and true sailed the Wasp, with Stuart at the helm. After she had crossed the finish line, Stuart brought her alongside the wall and was taken ashore and highly praised for his fine seamanship and daring. The owner was delighted and said it was the happiest day of his life. He introduced himself to Stuart, said that in private life he was Dr. Paul Carey, a surgeon dentist. He said model boats were his hobby and that he would be delighted to have Stuart take command of his vessel at any time. Everybody shook hands with Stuart. Everybody, that is, except the policeman, who was too wet and mad to shake hands with a mouse. Well, whoa. When Stuart got home that night, his brother George asked him where he had been all day. Oh, knocking around town, replied Stuart. The end. Oh, that was so exciting. I felt like I was on the sea, the sea pond with Stuart. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was a bit too excited. Does Stuart ever have adventures that are not so exciting? Because that was too exciting. Can I please take myself out of this book light now? Thank you. Mommy, are you getting chilly? Okay, my voice is very tired. My voice is tired from all that reading, and it's getting dark out. What's on the TV? Oh, it's The Red House. One of Mommy's favorite movies. Mommy has too many favorite movies. Yes, I do. It's called The Red House with Edward G. Robinson. It is a movie she saw many years ago and she liked, and she put it on a playlist. She actually watched it many times in the hospital. It's kind of like a comforting movie, even though it's a mystery and it's from the 1940s. And Julie London is in it too. We like Julie London. She's one of our favorite singers. We don't like all the same stuff. Like, I think that Mommy plays the Beach Boys too much. Like when she saw the word soup in the story we just read, she made me think of that song she's playing all the time, Swoop John B, because she likes Al the best. Al's her favorite Beach Boy. Oh my goodness, but they don't want to hear about that. They don't want to hear about the Beach Boys. Oh, Mommy, it's dark now. I can't. Oh. I want to go in my boat. He wants to go back in his boat. What is this? What did Samuel the Swoosh say? Samuel the Swoosh says, Nancy Drew, the mystery Pierino's cuteness. Oh, thank you, Samuel the Swoosh. I should have a sailor outfit. How come I don't have any sailing clothes? Okay, I'm going to go back into my little canoe and pretend that it is a schooner. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'm very much looking forward to going back into my. Okay. He's very excitable. He's a bit much for me sometimes. I just like to be calm. He got very excited with that story. I mean, when I read it, I didn't get so excited. You know, I just read it. I was like, okay, whatever. An hour. He's gone, but congrats on an hour. Oh, Pierino, you've been talking for quite some time. We've been on for an hour. I'm going to put Pierino in his boat because if I don't, he'll just keep talking. And the hedgehog misses his little friend. There you go. They're back together again. I'm also going to put this book back because it's very heavy. And then I won't have to do it again. Oh, this is the bag with my wig in it. Here's my other wig. I only have 2 wigs now. I was like, I don't need more than 2 wigs. So I gave the other one to the hospital. Okay. Yeah. It's your turn. There. It came back. Feels strange to have that on. So who's here now that I can talk? How is the story? I'll have to play it back and see how Pierino sounded. He has a strange way of speaking sometimes. I gotta charge this. How does this work again? I'm always afraid it's a little flimsy and I'm afraid I'm gonna like just tear it apart or something. Oh no, it comes out here. Okay, I almost broke it. My book lamp. I use it more for a night light, really, than a. Oh, I can't put it in there. I have to unplug something else because it's so wide. I use it more as a night light in the bathroom when I wake up in the morning, because I wake up all the time. No, it says there's 2 people. Sometimes it says there's 0 people, but there's actually someone there. It's not really, it's kind of strange. There's someone else there. Yeah, I really am having fun with Ivory Charm. Do not get your channel deleted again. Try very hard to not break the rules. I know it's hard and some of them seem kind of silly, but I guess they're there for a reason. Yeah. So I realized that it's now 6:45. What? 3 dots? No, there's a thing up on my screen and it says there's 2 people here and I have 3 thumbs up. Check the participants. I can't see what your whole sentence says. Wait, I'll say something else so it'll go up so I won't see that heart. I'll just put in some gibberish. Check the participants in the 3 dots. Okay. Where? I've got dots here. 3 dots in the chat. Oh, in the corner? Oh, I can click on that. Oh, I don't want to press things on here. I'm afraid it's going to do something stupid. Now, wait a minute. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. I don't care how many people are here. But it does say 2. Anyway, I have to go because I'm very tired, even though Pierino was the one reading. I had to hold the book for him, and it's very heavy, and I got to take my wig off. I'll do it right now. Wow. I hadn't put it on for a long time, so I thought I would. Oh man, it is very hot. But I've noticed now that when I put it on, there's hair there, so it's not as itchy because it's very itchy. So I am going to go now. And thank you everybody for joining me. Was there something else I wanted to say? I don't think so. I mean, I didn't say very much. It was mostly what's his face over there. He's smiling at me. What does that say? Just a sec. I gotta get closer to read that. I like the ginger wig. I'm going to go download some of your... Download them? How do you do that? Do you mean you're going to listen to them? You're going to download them? Now, on those, some of them, well, I don't think I swear in any of them, but when I go live, sometimes I'm not just reading, like I'll talk about other stuff, but I put timestamps in the comments for when all the chapters begin. Moonstone Castle. Yes, I finished that one. The first one I did live was Strange Message in the Parchment. Then I did Moonstone Castle Mystery. And now I'm doing The Clue of the Leaning Chimney. But it's harder for me to do live because I still don't feel 100% comfortable being live. I like to be able to, edit things and just have things sound right. Yeah, live is just, I like to read on live. It's fun, but it's not like, oh, I'm going to listen to this book and it's just going to be the book. You know what I mean? Sometimes I stop and do other things, talk about other stuff. It's hot. It's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold. That's just the way things are. And that's okay. Oh, man. So I use a lot of essential oils in the diffuser, but I also use them as like fragrances and stuff, or I carry one around just to smell. And they all seem to run out at the same time. But I like different scents and different ones at different times of the year. And I really like ones that smell like the forest. So I got one that smells like trees and the forest, and it's really nice. I don't even want to imagine 103. I'm getting hot just thinking about it. I don't understand how people can enjoy the heat. But people have different temperatures, I guess. Hey, there's an elephant. I just noticed it. Yeah, it's very fun. I'm very much enjoying recording the Ivory Charm. Aren't we almost halfway through? I'll have to go get the book. No, I don't have to get the book. I can just look here because I've got it. I've got it in my bookmarks. Well, I have your playlist in my bookmarks, but I also have it. I have my own playlist. So I have done, we're almost halfway through. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done 5 chapters. Yeah, because I did chapter 10. It's very fun, and I'm looking forward to getting it finished, although we don't have a schedule or anything. Yeah, my next chapter is chapter 9, and you did 10. That's right. We have no schedule for finishing it, but when it's finished, we will share it with everyone, and I hope everyone enjoys it because it's a pretty fun book. I'm still here. Is it still the red house? Yep. There's Eddie GR EGR, and there's Meg. Yes, it's almost 7 here. Oh, we're in the same time zone. It's 6:51 here. Where did the day go? I don't know. It rained here today. It was really nice. The little sparrows were eating the millet that I put. I got some spray millet and I put it on a branch of the tree, and they're finally eating it. They didn't seem to notice it yesterday, but they're eating it today. And they're so cute. I love the sparrows. It says your message was removed for spamming. I didn't remove your message. Samuel, are you spamming? Oh, am I going to put you in timeout again? Oh, does it say that you're a moderator? It says that you have a question mark there. It says that your message was removed for spamming. You did, in my chat, you did three comments in a row, and the third one says your message was removed for spamming. Don't spam, Samuel. You're an hour behind, Lee? Time zones. They're crazy. I guess they're necessary. I don't know. Now, when do we spring ahead, fall back? I'm looking forward to falling back. That's going to be fun. I don't like springing ahead, but I like falling back. I look so different without the long hair. All of a sudden, I look like a little boy. I look like I'm in The Outsiders or something. Can I be Rob Lowe? I'm going to be Soda Pop. What? No, I made you moderator. Remember when I put you in timeout just to see what happened? Because I don't know how all this stuff works. And then I couldn't get you back. I couldn't bring you back. And so I made you a moderator so that I thought that might bring you back into the thing. 96 degrees. Well, I think I'm going to delete the weather app from my phone because it just annoys me because it's never right. And I'm not really the kind of person who looks at the weather. But it's become a habit to look at it. It says it's 62 here. Feels like 62. And then the 10-day things, like September 19th. Wow, there's no point looking at it because it's like going to change. What's the point of the 10-day forecast? I made you moderator too, so you will moderate my chat when I. Oh, I don't know how to do that though. But okay, maybe it'll tell me what to do. I don't like being in charge of things. Yeah, I use Fahrenheit too. In Canada, we use Celsius. I don't though. I switch everything. I don't. It makes Fahrenheit makes more sense to me. I'm more used to it. So, and in school, I didn't pay attention to anything. So I guess I never like wasn't like, oh, well, we learned Celsius in school because I don't know. I remember a lot from school, but not much of the stuff that was taught. I'm all of a sudden. Come on, glasses. Do your thing. Well, now I'm just lollygagging. You're in the States, aren't you, Lee Davis? Andy Griffiths is a US. Oh, I know of the Andy Griffiths show. I know the theme song and all the characters and stuff, but I never actually saw an episode of it. Probably saw clips of it and stuff, but I never watched a full episode. But I love my favorite would probably be Barney because I love Don Knotts, the guy who plays him. He was on a show called Three's Company that I watched 5 million times since I was little. He was a landlord and he was really funny. He's my favorite character. So when I hear Andy Griffith, I always think of him. I have I don't know what I have. I have premium YouTube. Like I don't watch ads and all that stuff, and I have YouTube Music, but I don't know. And it might be on one of those other things I have on the television, like Tubi or something like that. There's so many movies saved on there. Now I have the song in my head. Thank you. Texas. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's hot there. When I hear Texas, I immediately think of the movie Giant and Liz Taylor fainting because it's so hot. I'm like, that would be me in Texas. But I like the idea of Texas, the food, and I think of Dallas, the TV show Dallas, because that was my mother's favorite show, and I watched it a lot too. So I think of Dallas and like big open spaces and yummy food and oil. Yeah, Giant is about oil, and then Dallas is about oil. So I think of oil and some music and stuff. All my exes live in Texas. The Dallas house, South Fork Ranch. Cool. I love I think it's at the back of the house where they have breakfast, their little breakfast area on the patio or whatever. So nice. Cool. Texas is big. Oh, cool. How many? I can't see. I wish they wouldn't put that heart there because I can't see the full sentence. So I have to write in some gibberish so I can see what you said. Oh, my uncle, or was it my grand uncle? I don't know. What is a grand uncle? Great uncle? One of those gave me a whole stack of Aunt Nancy Drew books, all of them. Cool. Which ones? Or like what era? That's so neat. These are new? This is like a new gift? That's fun. Now I have the Dallas theme song in my head. I love it. I watched a lot of TV when I was a child. It was great. Oh man, come here, water. Okay, I'm really gonna go now. Did the next movie come on? I have a playlist just on in the background. It's my playlist Sleepy Time Flicks, and they're mostly mysteries or thrillers. And I've seen them all, so I don't need to watch them. I just put them on and they're like in the background. There's a whole bunch of Sherlock Holmes ones. It's still the Red House. There's Julie London. And there's Teller. Don't do it, Julie London. He's bad news. He's bad news. I wish the TV was closer so you could see it. The Red House. It's good. The Secret of Shadow Ranch. Oh, the original stories. Oh, you're going to record them before I do. Oh. Awesome. I can't wait to read the others that I haven't read. Moss, wait a minute. I have to look up moss covered. Now, what number is that? That's the one with the panther on the front. Right. I always mix that up with Crumbling Wall. Not the story, but like the title. Right. The panther. Oh, yeah. I like the original. I like the original cover. 18th, 1941. Okay. I hate it when you go on Wikipedia just to find like a date or something and they tell you the entire plot of something. That happens many times when I look up movies. I'm like, and they tell you everything that happens in the movie from beginning to end. I'm like, no, I just want to see where it was filmed or something. Like, I don't want to see this. I've never thought of doing that on my TV. Doing what on your TV? I have the I've got YouTube on the TV. So I have way too many playlists. And even the idea of going through them all and deleting stuff is daunting because it's crazy. I want to have the originals though, but then they're so much more fun with the dust jackets. I'm very thankful that I got I have one Applewood that a subscriber sent to me, the Hidden Staircase, the one that I recorded, and they're really cool. But I prefer to have an old one, even if it's all like messed up and stuff. But I would love one with the dust cover. And I wouldn't put the dust cover, even if it was like in pristine condition, I wouldn't put it in one of those plastic things just because I like old stuff. It's meant to be, for me, it's meant to be like touched and things. I don't want it shielded in some plastic. I don't like plastic. I'm a Luddite. Oh, yeah. Oh, I make too many playlists of music, TV shows, movies, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's sweet. That's so sweet of you, Samuel. I drove through Texas, miles and miles of nothing but miles and miles. Yeah, that's a little scary to me. Being out in the middle of nowhere, if you need something, like I do not go anywhere if I don't know where the bathroom is. What if you're hungry, you need some water? That's a little scary to me. I thought of Giant again. The little town where they filmed a lot of it was called Marfa, and they have some of the stuff from the movie there, filming locations and whatnot, and some of the actual. I think the windmill thing was it a windmill or some of that oil stuff? The windmill, like the structure of it, is still there. That's so cool. You know what I get nightmares about? Dust. I don't know what. Ooh, interesting. That's very intriguing. Like just dust on something, like, oh, there's some dust on this little table or something, you know? Or is it big dust bunnies coming after you? Very interesting. What do you think it means? Do you think dreams have meaning? Have you looked it up? Dreaming about dust. You want me to look it up for you? Now I'm interested. I'm just going to put dreaming about dust. It says ducks first. Dreaming about ducks. I put in dreaming about DU. Dreaming about ducks, dreaming about ducklings, dreaming about ducks attacking you, dreaming about duck eggs, dreaming about dust. Hello, ducks. Oh, dreaming of dust can be a sign of excellent business ventures and opportunities. I wonder why it means that. Dust in dreams can be an indication that you are going to receive rewards in your life for your hard work and efforts. It can indicate that the path to success is being cleared. Well, that's good. Lubbock. See, Lubbock's making me think of another TV show. It is, my daughter lives in Lubbock, and there are parts with nothing. You definitely need to make sure you keep an eye on your gas tank level, watching out for deer and animals as well. Lemonade stand. Oh man, I wish I had some lemonade right now. Oh, wait, why do I think of Snoopy when I think of a lemonade stand? Well, I've got Google open. I'll put it in because I don't remember that from any of the comics. Lemonade stand, Snoopy. Snoopy lemonade stand canteen. Did Snoopy have a lemonade stand? Ah, I don't know why I would think of that. No, when I Google it, all I'm getting is Lucy and her psychiatric help stand. I have a Snoopy shirt. It has him walking, and I'll do it tomorrow under him. I love Snoopy. Well, I love Peanuts in general. It's one of my favorite comics. Don't I have a book? Well, I have a few old paperbacks. Peanuts paperbacks, but I think I have a big hardcover book. I liked My daughter goes to Texas Tech in Lubbock. Cool. I liked West Texas where there's only the horizon as far as you can see. That sounds beautiful. Original, ooh, I can't think of them all off. You mean like one that's actually from then? The witch tree symbol. Original meaning what exactly, though? Not the revised ones. Witch tree symbol. That's the only one I have with a dust jacket. Scarlet Slipper Mystery. I can't think of the other ones. I'd have to go look, and I have to get down on the ground and have a flashlight because it's dark over there. But those two for sure. West Texas. Wait a minute. El Paso? Is that where El Paso is? A song came in my head. Marty Robbins, El Paso. I just need the lyrics. Oh, yeah. He does that song, Big Iron. I love that song. Can I just have the lyrics? I don't need all this bull crap. Sorry. It's like, just show me the lyrics, and I don't need all these ads. Why am I seeing ads? Out in the West Texas town of El Paso. Right. That's why when I kept hearing when you kept saying West Texas, I was like, a melody came in my head. That song, you know that song, El Paso? Can I put links in here? El Paso. Marty Robbins. Oh, right. I'm under a different. They're going to show me ads on here. I don't want that. I'm on my other account. I'm on my Penelope Heaven account. I don't have YouTube Premium. So they make me watch ads. But I don't really watch stuff on this channel. I watch it on my other account. So how do I just share this without playing an ad? Oh, it didn't play an ad. Do you know this song?
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl.
I like Big Iron better. I'm not switching, don't worry. Abilene, another song I love. Do you know the song Abilene? Abilene's better than El Paso and Big Iron. I love Abilene. George Hamilton, right? Yeah, George Hamilton the fourth. I love this song so much. Why are there so many different ones? I just want the song. I don't want it live. I don't want the chords. I just want the song. Oh, okay. This will do. I'm not switching. Don't you worry. Oh, can I click on this? I love the song Abilene. It's so pretty. I love the name. I love that for a girl's name. I feel like there must be girls or women named Abilene. Hello, there's somebody new here. Hello, Todd. Boston. Thank you. That's so sweet. I didn't read on this live. The mouse read instead. I just held the book for him. I hope he doesn't take over and like try to stop me from reading Nancy Drew because I only take too many mice. Goop? What's that? I have to listen to my old country music now. Oh, that's nice of them not to play ads. Over on the side, I opened up the song, and over on the side, there's, you know, where it has the recommended stuff. I'm over there, and it says live, and it says 8 watching. I was like, whoa, that's weird, because like that's me right now. Weird. Give me people bugs. Cool. I like listening to Nancy Drew. I don't listen to myself, but I listen to other people read Nancy Drew. I think it's a beautiful Abilene. It just sounds like a woman's name. Now I have to look up the origin of Abilene, like the name of it, the place. I don't know how to spell. Abilene. No, I don't want news from Abilene. Let me have the history of Abilene. Why I should call it Abilene? Oh, the city was named after Abilene, Kansas. Okay, we'll click on Abilene, Kansas. History. I just want to know why it's called Abilene. Uh-oh, I'm talking like the mouse. Well, I'm not reading all that. I was watching a show and saw A Pericomo record prop. Record prop meaning it was just something in the background. Cool. I only have one Pericomo record. Sorry, Pierino. I actually listened to this album, not the record. I didn't bring the record to the hospital. They don't have record player there, at least not at my hospital. But they had, well, a computer, obviously. Anyway, I listened to this Pericomo record while I was having radiation. And it just made me feel very nice and calm. I don't know Steve Martin's El Paso video. Is it old? Is it from the 70s? Whoa. Forget what I just said because I'm from the 70s and I'm not old. Your parents don't have a record player or anything, Samuel? Records, I love records. They were the first musical thing I had, I guess. But I love album covers and the artwork, not just the music. I like the whole package. And with a lot of records, you would get, posters that you could put on your wall, and you just get more. If you like the cover, it's bigger, and they are very heavy. I have some 78s and that belong to Glenna, and those are so heavy. Just regular 33s and 45s are heavy, but 78s are crazy. But I love to have them. What time is it? Okay, I've been on here 1 hour and 41 minutes, which means I'm going to leave now. And I hope that everyone has a great Sunday evening or whatever time it is where you are. Thank you for joining me and Pierino. He's right here. Thanks, Pierino. Give your voice a rest. I had a bunch of 45s, but I don't have them anymore. I gave them away or put them to the curb, and I only kept my Mary Hopkin 45s that were my grandmother's because I don't have room. But they weren't sentimental or anything, and I didn't listen to half of them anyway, so that was okay. Anyway, thank you very much, and I only got one chapter of Old Clock done this weekend, but we'll be finished it pretty soon, and then I have to get ready for the next one. I have to make the thumbnails and all that. I've got all the music selected. It's quite Hawaiian, and I hope you enjoy it. Your least favorite Nancy Drew's Flying Saucer. That's one of my favorites because I love, is it from the 70s or early 80s? I don't remember, but I just love UFO kind of stuff and watching documentaries mostly from the 70s about UFOs and ancient astronauts and all that jazz. I find them fun. So that was a very fun one for me to record and read. I like that one a lot. A lot of people hate it. I think it's hilarious. All right. Well, have a wonderful whatever time it is for you. And I will be around again sometime. Okay? Okay. Bye.